Hi, today we're going to talk about the film The Conspirator. It stars James McAvoy, and it's the story of the trial of those people accused of being involved in the Lincoln assassination. It has James McAvoy. He plays a young defense attorney. He's a Union officer who's been wounded in battle, but finds himself defending Mary Surratt. She is the mother of one of the conspirators, and she's been charged with the conspiracy. Although at first negative about Ms. Surratt, he becomes convinced that she's a victim of circumstances and that she's being punished in order to get to her son, and that she's a pawn in this enormous game. Now, the film does make an interesting point about what happens when politics becomes involved with the administration of the justice system and how the dignity of the individual can be lost. But like many of these dramas that are kind of hyped to make things distinctions sharper, there are places where it takes leave of its senses and of history. For example, in the film, when the military court, and this was a critical thing because the accused were being tried in military court rather than civilian courts, and the military court votes to convict Mrs. Surratt of being involved in the conspiracy. 5 of the 9 judges on the panel also vote to recommend clemency. In the movie, it shows Secretary of War Stanton saying that, suggesting that pressure could be applied to these generals to get them to change their vote, and the suggestion is made that pressure was applied to get them to change their vote from recommending clemency. Actually, that never happened. What appears to have happened is that the President Johnson, who replaced Lincoln, was informed of the vote for conviction, but somehow Secretary Stanton misplaced the recommendation for clemency. Of course, Stanton insisted that he'd send it on to the President, and the President insisted he didn't get it. But it shows how, when you make a drama for theatrical purposes, you might want to make the lines sharper, so that apparently drama in film can do, I guess, things similar to what justice systems can do in wartime to innocent people. But this is an attractive film, well produced, well scripted. I have a friend who thinks it's a little bit too much of a kind of a Hallmark special, and I guess that's because of the idealism of the film, and it's really got this really nice photogenic quality. So and sadly, this film is not in many theaters, despite the fact that it has a good cast and a good theme, and it's a serious movie. I would recommend The Conspirator.